Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Great Reviews. My name is Chris, and today I've checked out the new Netflix movie, Choose or Die. This one is directed by Toby Meakins. The movie's about this college student who discovers this old, obscure computer game, which may or may not be cursed. It actually is, because that's the whole point of the movie. And I guess if you win the game, you could potentially win some money, and some hijinks ensue. Not a lot of stuff makes sense in this one, I'll tell you that right up front. An interesting movie. Not particularly great, not awful though either. I think my main issue with this movie, and I believe this is Toby Meakins' first feature debut, and I'm surprised. Like, I'm currently working on my feature debut movie. I have no resources behind this except for some money I raised in a crowdfunding campaign. But my point of this is I don't understand how these people get the Netflix engine production behind their movies, because if you took away all the resources that Netflix provides with its production values, its cast, its effects work, its score, the sheen, take that away from the top of this movie, you are left with a very poor movie. Just a really badly written script that, touches on themes that it never has anything to say about, filled with plot holes, things just don't make any sense, rules are never explained. But all that can be forgotten because there's enough money and production value thrown on top with, fun kill sequences, a good look, competently shot stuff that you're like, it's fine. And that's how I feel about this movie. It's fine. Like, the concept here is very much like The Ring or something, where you're passing on this curse via some sort of media outlet. In this way, it's a video game. So it's got some like 80s nostalgia stuff they're trying to play around with here. But The Ring is way more interesting of a thriller horror movie because they actually go in to explain much more of the lore behind it in a way that, again, doesn't make sense because it's supernatural, but enough there that you're like, okay, I understand this curse. And in this, they try to do it, but there's so much unexplained stuff in the universe with the rules of how this curse works that you're just like, I don't understand what the fuck is going on. And it's like the filmmakers don't either. We're just doing stuff just to do stuff that we think is cool. And some of the stuff they do is cool, so like, there's sequences in this movie where a woman is like forced to eat glass and stuff, and it's uncomfortable and it's a little disturbing, and it was effective. But in the end, I'm like, why? And then other times where I think the filmmakers are like, this is gonna be some disturbing ass shit. And I'm watching it and I'm like, this is pretty funny. Maybe that's on me and maybe I'm like a weirdo, but some of the kill sequences in this movie are just so ridiculous that I found them humorous. I don't know. The music in this movie is pumping, man. There is like a level of intensity that they did on these synths that I kind of liked. Like, it was really dirty and nasty synth work, and not in like a bad way, but in like, man, this is fucking dirty and I'm into it. I don't know. There's just some intensity behind it. So it really adds to the stylistic feel of the movie, because outside of the music, I think visually and stuff, it's well shot, but it's just kind of like your standard horror kind of look. I think a problem with the movie is, like I said, it touches on themes that it has nothing to say about. And then a major thing with that is the characters are completely uninteresting and you never get attached to any of them, even though they kind of try to with this family dynamic, but we don't see enough of it to make it matter. Our character here is a little bit confusing to me. Sorry. She's a college student, but she has this cleaning job where she's just always in this huge open office with nothing in it, and she's cleaning it. I'm like, how does it get dirty if there's nothing in it? No one's like, you're the only people walking around in here and you're always fucking cleaning it. Doesn't make any sense. It's just because it looks cool. That's my problem. There's things in this movie that just don't make any sense, but they look cool. So when you boil it down, the only thing that got my attention in this movie was the kill and gore sequences. So it's such a waste of resources. Like, the script has interesting premise in some ways, but it's not fleshed out enough to be wholly satisfying. There's also a point where, and I don't know, maybe I missed this, I don't know, where the game accuses our lead character of like cheating, And I'm like, how did you cheat? I don't even understand the rules. Like, what do we, I don't get it. Like, when did she cheat? How did she cheat? And they're not like really engaging with this game. Like, it's a text-based adventure, and they're not really like playing it. They're just like reading a screen, and then it repeats back what people say, and then all of a sudden some horror thing happens. It seems like so little effort went into this concept, though. Like, we got the premise. Beyond that, we're like, who cares? As long as we can get a lady eating glass and a kid pulling out VHS tape from his mouth, that's the only thing we need, because we can put that in the movie, and these mindless fucks will eat this up like it's Christmas slop. I don't know what that means. That just kind of came out of my mouth. It was a really weird thing to say. So anyways, that's Choose or Die. It's fine. Like, again, I wasn't disinterested. It's quick enough. There's moments to enjoy, but overall, it's pretty disappointing. I give it like a 5 out of 10. And mostly because the production values are good and the kill sequences are kind of fun. But other than that, I think it's pretty disappointing. If you've seen it, let me know what you think. Otherwise, guys, I will catch you here next time. Goodbye.